Okay, good morning, everyone. This is Michael Venezia, the head trader at TradeView Markets. It's Monday morning, June 21st, a little after 11 o'clock. We're getting better. Well, it is Monday morning, as I said before, but the Friday, preceding Friday, was a quad witching day, an anomaly, or not an anomaly, happens very rarely, obviously once a quarter, through for options expiration. So those of you that use volume, and I do, and you should, the volume is going to be skewed because of all the pairing of option activity against the stock on Friday. So be sure to double check your volume. By the way, the bigger cap the stock, if you will, the more the volume would be skewed. For example, an ExxonMobil or a Procter and Gamble, although Procter and Gamble is not the sexiest stock anymore. My point will be edified in that statement. It's okay. With that being said, there was a volatile day on Friday. Let's log into TradeGate Hub. Log in. I had it ready to go. Like, you know how they do in the cooking shows? I already have it ready to go right here. One prepared. Okay. We started the day, the market on Friday was down, what was it? I think it was down 400 or 500 points. Let's take a look here. You know what? That's what happens. You know, sometimes like I go home or your relatives or your mom or your wife might ask you, how'd the market do today? And you might have made 5-6 figures, but you had no idea what the Dow did. Yeah, that was down like 400 or 500 on Friday. Right here, coming to a gap. Like, you know, I have to do the video here, but this is an interesting area, 504, top left. Okay, but let me get back to the process, if you will. Okay, so we started the sentiment off on Friday, as I said, with options expiration. We were down 400, 500 points or so. So we started deep in the green. Now, I didn't go heavy overnight to the long side and only buying good stocks, if you will, those that were positive. But you know what? Let me digress. Sometimes the positive stocks in this wildly rotational market won't work. So what was good on Friday was not necessarily good on Monday. Once again, I'll show you that again. So, you know, sometimes the market could be like, if I'll give you an example, the market was down, like I said, 500 points on Friday, and all my stocks were up. I had the proper stocks. I had tech stocks. As you know, I've been pushing tech stocks, including Unity Software. Write that down. Okay, so we came in oversold. Fear and greed, a little bit on the deeper side. As I've been posting all the time, here are the sectors that are relevant in the oversold, and computer services, communication services were oversold. Energy was oversold. Energy was deep in the green, oversold. So if you had any conviction, bottom left here, you had Chevron up 2, Exxon up $1, crude up, EOG, they're up more. CPE, these are my crude stocks right here. So paying attention, you saw energy was deep in the green. Maybe you started a position. You had to be prepared to be down in it, but also, as I say again, always buy the best of breed. You don't want to be stuck in one of these low float energy stocks. Because by the way, if it did go the other way, meaning if we got into more over sold territory, you could be down here. And by the way, it would be very, if you were down again, it would be very hard to recover that second day down. They don't seem to come back as much as they were, as much as you were up in the position, if you know what I mean. So excuse me. Once again, here are all the sectors. You should have went over by now. Most of them played to fruition. Here was the S&P index coming in today. It was, by the way, it was mixed. It was mixed. No reason to, you know, and that was because of the rotation. The Nasdaq was overbought. You know what? It's really not even that strong today. What's the Nasdaq? You know what? Maybe it is. It's up 0.5%. Microsoft is leading the way on the Nasdaq, but as I said before, making all-time highs. What else has been strong? Adobe was another good gauge for the Nasdaq to see how that acted. That had earnings on Friday, a nice range, best of breed, still hanging around at the high. What else is acting well? You have the Now stock, Roku continuing going up with volume, and its big little brother, Fubu, which has been all over the chart boards. Where's the volume here? What happened to my volume? Excuse me a second. That's not good. We need volume here. All right. Ooh. All right. Anyway, here's the volume. Volume has been good on Fubu. Getting back to the TradeGate Hub fundamentals, if you will. So There's with the hot sectors. Now, the big one was gold, GLD. Now, GLD on Friday, we're about the tip of the index finger, if you will, on this pointer was about right here. Now, as I said on the bottom here, now like Friday, gold looked oversold, but I did think I had a better chance of not reversing to the downside as you look at crude. So gold was GLD. GLD, listen, everybody wanted to short gold to say, it just never, it very rarely works the second day in a row. Okay. Listen, I wasn't expecting a V-shaped recovery in gold. As you can see, it's a little bit of backing and filling. It has a long way to go. I think things have changed well below the moving averages, but if you're buried a little bit on gold and took a stab and concentrated, by the way, I don't suggest it. I did, but I bought the best of breed, Newmont, which by the way, isn't worth the trade, but the GLD apparently was. I mean, it was pinned. Where's that indicator? This is where GLD came in. So you know what? If it went down here within the past 2 years, you have something that happens, you get caught, you might have to buy a little bit more, but always only the best of breed. But I said, look, crude, I said actually that GLD would hold. GLD is holding for now. It's about to close. Once again, before I say it all the time, we're a major international firm. So here's about all the world indexes for cocktail conversations. Again, I don't trade ADRs, but I do like to be articulate and I like to communicate and like to know what's going on around the world. Okay, these were Friday's option bets. Oxy, the biggest one. What's Oxy doing today? All right, there's 2.5% on Oxy. What else did they like? Oxy was a big bet. Tesla, no good. I'm in some calls now. Freeport McMoran's not bad. LU, I told you I have some calls. LU, I'll get it because sometimes I forget. I'll have to get into why I'm in that trade. Sentiment indicator, Goldman. It's average. Nothing. There's cash. Financials, Brett sentiment, they were deeply oversold. Happens. I mean, this is a yearly chart, so it's not even a monthly chart. This isn't like in March. This is 2020. But as to no surprise, the banks are up. Let's see how they hold. Morgan Stanley up 2%. JP Morgan up 1.5%. Citibank up. You know what? Listen, the bottom line is, considering where Citibank is coming from the previous charts, I've told you for the stock to be up 80 cents. And if you were the guy that was catching it here, you're still in trouble. So, we have to see. It's yet to see if Citibank, bases, but I think it's in the dead zone. It's a good gauge of what's going on right now. But the trade's over, but you have to watch it. Okay. Jim Cramer, normally rates come down. Listen to what he says. I listen to what he says. Do we trust it today? We are oversold. We still don't know what is the enemy of the bull. The decline in the cyclicals was nothing short of stunning. And he's correct. There's still people who have to get out of this trade. So like the GLD trade, yeah, it was a decent trade, but I wasn't looking for that V-shaped snapback and be looking to puff my chest out and says everybody I bought the gold on the panic. That's not the case. It's a trade. ARK Invest, I always give you what Kathy Wood is trading. Friday top movers. To no surprise, TRCH, we're giving it to you. 72 million shares, TRCH. To no surprise, here it is. One of the most active stocks in the day from 11 to 9. TRCH has a range from basically 11 to 8, major range on 190 million. That's 10 times, five times the volume of Apple. You got it. By the way, I always show my page, if you will, and these are the hot stocks today. LKCO. I came in long and I made a little bit of money in it. I thought it was stretched, but you know what? I had to be in it. I'm proud of myself, blah, blah, blah. Not my type of trade, but I was in it. AVXL, hottest stock out there at the moment. What we call a resumption trade from a stock that does this type of volume for the past 4 days and doesn't pull back, certainly a new buy stop or let's see, I bet you the opening range, I didn't see it today, but the opening range got bought. Well, you know what? This is the range right here. So you had to be sharp. I mean, the bottom line is in this market, you either have to trade the hot ones right where my cursor is, the Wall Street bet stocks or trade the macro stocks. If you're stuck in a medium stock like I don't know, like Chewy, you're in trouble. So there are a lot of cross currents, but a lot of styles are working in people's favor, if you will. There's Nugget, Dragonfly, Nerve, LU I bought because of the heavy option flow. The China stocks were acting well, and I think it's a squeeze candidate. By no means am I putting the IRA money or the college education in it, but this volume was great on Friday, and I thought it was above the moving averages, but I'm not adding. It's got to get above 13 for me. But I'm in that. It's not sexy. It's not a barn burner. There are better. I have to share my screen again. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting that. Here's the screen. Yeah, share screen. I'm used to going back to having an easel in the old days. Used to have an easel. Okay. TRCH, SWBI, AVXL. Large range movers today, AERs towards shop. Macro stock. That's the now stock too, making several year highs. You have to know what Shopify is. If you don't, that's showing me that the Nasdaq's not that weak. It's a little bit on the, I mean, it is overbought. I'm not entering it here by any means, but if you see here and here, it does it. Oh, wait, hold on. I have to share the screen again. I apologize. Share the screen. Yeah, Shopify. It does it here. It does it here. Let me go back to, okay. Shopify. Relative volume leaders. What's heaviest in volume? AVXL, SYKE, SWBI, no interest. CAI, 800,000 shares, doesn't have enough volume. Wish, there it is. Okay, why do we like Wish? Let me go over here and see if this works. Wish. VIH, Wish. Option volume, Wish, option volume. Wish, option volume. Fubo, no surprise. I bet you Wish comes up within the next 10, 3 or 4 times. Twitter, Wish, 1, Wish, 2, Wish, 3. So you get the picture with Wish. Heavy option volume with Wish. Let's watch. It's a Wall Street bet stock. You got to watch it. Bottom line. Gurn, no good. What else is over there? CAPR, nothing that sexy. KMBE, good range. So this is this is how we come up with some ideas. If I, by my general universe, Gappers near the high is what? Sava, we're in it, as you know, and BMBL, Bumble, not bad. Let me go to my alert page. Shopify, to no surprise. LKC, oh no. LKC, don't do it. Okay, no, that's bad. LKC was 260. Yeah. We've been long it for days. What's Bill Strategies? Levi jeans. Jeans are on sale. Shopify breaking out on volume. Vips. That's interesting. Look at Vips before I go to the video. Ooh, Vips. Look at Vips. Hold on. This is a bad stock, Vips. This was a darling. This was a Kathy darling. Stock was $47 2 months ago. It's 20. And look at the ascent. There was a winner. But they say stairs up, elevator down. Look at Vips. No, I'm not even yet. 1580, if it does tremendous volume, maybe I'll try to make $1 on a bounce, but there are better trades. What else are we doing here? Let me make sure I'm sharing my screen first of all. Let me go back to TradeGate Hub. All right, so what else do I want to talk about? TGH, CVAC was a good trade, a resumption trade. On a daily, that was the COVID-19. Stock bounced from 47 to 69. Once it broke that close of 64, should have been shorted. What happened when it did 64? It was 64. Now you got to be quick. Listen, if you weren't watching it, you missed the trade. So next, CVAC. Let me go back to Trade GitHub. Let's go to the in stocks. So bottom line is this, okay? You have the quad witch. We want to see what's acting well. Roku breaking 383. Tilray, uptick in cheap spec sweepers. I don't like cheap spec sweepers because Tilray is a Wall Street bet stocks and somebody's just trying to guess on a short squeeze. Not interested. You, another nice day. Yeah, I know it is because we're long it. You, I've been on this thing for how long? Please tell me someone has you in their account because I do. Unity Software, winner from 101 to 91, still going higher. We got nice calls. You, we love it. What else? Earnings for the week. Plug Powers tonight. BlackBerry, Wall Street Bets, FedEx, Nike, Jax. Jax is up today. They're trying to squeeze Jax before the numbers. It's up $1.90. Look at Jax. Look at this story here. That's another that's not even a video. That's a motion picture for me. Jax, what else is going on? I'll post all opinions and ideas on these. We don't suggest taking things into earnings, and that's not just because it's the right thing to say. It's actually the right thing to do. So it's approaching 11:20 here. Let me X out. Let me see if the coach said anything this morning. Yes. Coach always says good morning. Class act. Timothy, the boss has time to comment. Appreciate that. So, okay. So I'm going to be using my scanners. I'm going to be posting what's hot. Naturally, I go to see what the option flow is. We want to see what the Fubo bullish right there, 31 seconds ago. I know I go off on tangents, but I get excited. Fubo to no surprise, options going up. There's Wish consolidating. It's got more in it. I wouldn't short it. That's the ultimate compliment from a guy that's done a lot of contra trading in his life. Futures looking up 50. Now, the bottom line is though, let's look at the VIX. The VIX is showing no volatility. That's why stocks aren't moving that much. I bet they're a slow drift up. Apple, what's Apple doing? This is a drift. When the VIX happens like this, don't expect to be you can't be chasing things because stocks are just drifting in their direction. And this is a tell. The VIX is coming out to support here. But you know what? This is a focus type of day. It's coming into 11:30. Listen, it's kind of an antiquated statement about it's 11:30 on a Monday when people are out in the Hamptons or everything like that. But it is lunchtime. And I definitely don't like trading through lunchtime, but just let me do something and give you one more shot of the screen that I really like to share. That's the special screen. Right here. That's the large range movers. So keep your eye on MGA, U, Dash, Lily's acting well, NCTI, Nugget, we're in it, giddy up, Fubo acting well. So this is the list of stocks that are acting well today, near the high at lunchtime with good relative volume. So write them down, see how they're acting. BIGC is breaking up. DQ is an energy stock, goes with the solar, brake turbo breaking down. Shopify still going higher. So, you know what I mean? You don't have to catch everything. You just have to catch a couple. So until then, trade well. I will be posting the end of the day. I take all questions and any questions. Matter of fact, I love questions because it makes me even more disciplined if I can be selfish. So until then, trade well, have a plan, and we'll see you a little bit later, okay? Stay focused.